What's going on, everybody? This is Marquez back again with Harmony Reptiles as promised. I know it's been a good little minute since I've made some content, but what you guys need to understand is, and I'm sure you guys do, is that I have a life, a hectic one at that, outside of YouTube. My OG followers know that I am in the military. I just came back from a deployment. I just recently had a baby. I say recently, but time is flying. She's 7 months old now. And on that note, I got another one on the way. Yeah, I know, man, I need to slow down. But I got a 3-year-old girl, a 7-month-old girl, and another child brewing. Don't know the gender yet, but fingers crossed that it's a boy. That being said, man, yeah, I've had a lot going on. I've been very, very busy. With that being said, I don't want you guys to think that I have not been thinking about y'all. Every single day I've been like, I need to make content, I need to make content, I need to make content. But I just haven't had the time to get around to doing it. But nevertheless, I'm here right now. Happy to be back in front of the camera making content for you guys, and hopefully after this video we can keep the ball rolling. In this video right here, I got my Peruvian male Vengeance here. Probably my favorite snake. If you guys know, then you know, my OG followers do, that this guy was my most challenging guy to handle. But with that being said, man, if any of you new reptile keepers out there, he is a prime example of what patience and love will do. He did not like to be handled, but as you can see now, he's my little baby. But that being said, let's get back on the topic at hand. And what we're going to be discussing today is husbandry, more specifically substrate. If paper substrate is better than, you know, your regular substrate, things like aspen, your mulches, cocoa husk, etc. And before I get into detail, if I had to give one the upper hand, I would say that paper, puppy pads, etc. is better, but not by a long shot. I'm gonna give you pros and cons to both. So with your substrate, I guess you can say it's for the animal as well, but it's more so for me. It's very, very aesthetically pleasing. I feel like it just adds a lot of enrichment for the snake. It's more homey form, in my opinion. It's the closest thing to home that they will feel in a domestic environment. You know, you'll be surprised what your snake will do in some substrate, things that you didn't really think. I didn't think that snakes burrow, boas in particular. You'll have some snakes that you'll go and look inside the enclosure and be like, where the hell's my snake at? They have completely buried themselves inside their substrate. Cons though is, especially when these snakes start to get bigger, the pee is bigger, or a lot more and a lot more frequently, and the poop is a lot bigger. And you can't really tell in the substrate how frequently they're going to the restroom, you know what I'm saying? And with that can cause a lot of problems. You clean your enclosures less frequently because you simply don't notice. And that can lead to, you know, them getting sick, infections, respiratory infections, etc. As you guys know, I have a hypo blood boa female, pretty big, and I felt like I was cleaning her enclosure pretty frequently. I don't know what the sickness came from, but maybe it was because I just didn't see how frequently she was peeing and pooping in her enclosure. We took her to the doctor. They gave her some meds to inject her with, and I switched her from the substrate to the puppy pads, and she healed up. I'm not gonna say overnight, but she healed up pretty fast. And I don't want to risk it again, so I've kept her on paper substrate ever since then. And so I mainly I would say the substrate that you choose depends a lot on your snake, but you know, it's really to your discretion. So pros for, like, you know, your cocoa husk, etc. It's aesthetically pleasing. I feel like it gives your snake a lot of enrichment. With that being said, they use the bathroom a lot. It'll mask the odor. and it'll also, it soaks up a lot of the pee. They do pee a lot. What else? And if you know, if this is like if you have like a display animal, if you're not like a breeder or anything like that, you don't see the pee, you don't see the poop, you know, it kind of just blends in. Segueing into paper substrate, right? Kind of like what I was saying. When my female blood got sick, it's so easy to manage and see what's going on inside of your snake's enclosure when they have a paper substrate. As soon as they pee, you see it. As soon as they poop, you see it. If there's something like mites, etc., you see it, you know? It's extremely easy to change out. Cleaning out substrate from a PVC enclosure is tedious. It's a task. It's definitely a task. It's a little annoying, you know? And the bigger these snakes get, you know, if you have bigger snakes, it's not really it's not hard, but it's not really easy pulling them out of their enclosure, especially when they don't really feel like coming out at the time, you know? But it is easier to clean once you get your snake out. With that being said though, by default, you see what's going on in there a lot more frequently. So you'll be cleaning your snake's enclosure a lot more frequently because like you see it. You can't just walk by and see all the pee stains, see all the poop and be like, yeah, I'm just gonna let that ride for another week. You have to clean it, you know what I'm saying? So it's easier to manage. If your snake is sick, you can see what's going on, and it's easy to clean and you can see what's going on in there. But you will be cleaning it a lot more frequently, the enclosure, than you would with substrate, your cocoa husk, etc. So yeah, there's pros and cons. If I had to give a upper hand to any, I would say paper substrate is the way to go. But you know, if your snake is fine, they're flourishing in, you know, your cocoa husk, etc., then keep them in there. God forbid anything happens to them, keep them in that. You know what I'm saying? The majority of my snakes are in regular, you know, bedding, cocoa husk, aspen, etc. If something happens to them, I will be switching them over to puppy pads or something like that. And they are also very good at absorbing pee, so that's a plus. I don't recommend paper. I recommend puppy pads, the large breed puppy pads. And yeah, that's what I'll do. If something happens to them and I gotta take them to the hospital, I'm switching them to the puppy pads and I'm keeping them on the puppy pads. But yeah, y'all, that's pretty much it. Hopefully we keep this ball rolling and I make more content for you guys. And yeah, man, this was fun. Hope you guys enjoyed this content. If you really enjoyed this content, give me a like. Anything you guys want to see me do, anything you guys want to see, drop it in the comments and I'll try my best to get around to making a video about it. If you guys really enjoyed this content, give me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. And yeah, till next time, man. Love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for all the subscribers that I have been getting in my absence. That means a lot to me. And yeah, let's keep this ball rolling, y'all. Get y'all one last look at this beautiful Peruvian male. You can't beat a true BCC, man. Look at those colors. Look at those colors. This guy's about ready to eat. All my snakes are ready to eat. As soon as I'm done with this video, I'm probably gonna go to the reptile store, buy some rats. This guy's on jumbo rats right now. And yeah, he's hammering them down with no problem. Another thing too, I know he's comfortable with me, as you can see, but when I first got him, he would not take from the tongs. I would leave it in there, come back like 5 minutes later. Maybe he would eat, maybe he wouldn't. The next day it would be gone. But now I slide those enclosure doors open, dangle that rat in front of him. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. But yeah, y'all, this was fun. Till next time, y'all take care. As I always say, love your boas. Most importantly, take care. Take care of your boas. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.